Hello, my beautiful Sagittarius, and welcome to your general reading. This is just a general reading, so please do take what resonates and toss the rest. Also, if you haven't had a chance to hit the like, subscribe, share, and notification bell, please do so. I would greatly appreciate it. It helps me grow my channel, and it is certainly absolutely free to you. However, I do want to apologize for not being here recently. I had the flu and a sinus infection, and then my children got the flu. So been under the weather and then dealing with some under the weather. So hopefully we will be back here getting you all straightened out here and getting this channel straightened out. So let's see what our lovely Sagittarius have going on. We're going to do a past, present, future. With this deck, we're going to do a challenge card with a typical tarot deck, 3 other decks to do clarification. These are oracle decks. And then we will go back and do a last 3-card pull on the general tarot deck to clarify what will be coming in the next few months, just in general. So hopefully that will resonate with you. If it does, please let me know. I love to hear from you. So let's go ahead and, wow, these cards are really all messed up. I must have dropped them in the floor. Whew. Sorry about that. So let's go ahead and see what my beautiful Sagittarius have going on, please. Alrighty. So past, present, and future. Alrighty. So I do feel like you guys, we have the 6 of Swords, okay, to start out. So I feel like you guys are really kind of coming out of some negative space, right? So maybe you've left someone, maybe you've left a job that wasn't great for you, maybe you've left a situation that wasn't great for you, maybe you've left some friends, family, negative relationship, whatever it was. I do feel like you are moving away from that now. You're moving into a safer space, leaving the choppy waters of that behind. And it may even be that you were just finishing something, right? Like finishing a project, finishing a tough time in your life too, right? So sometimes it's just a heinous time, okay? Maybe you have really just been in a situation with work and relationships and everything was just kind of going sideways, right? And everything kind of sucked and you've just kind of like taken a reprieve, right? I need a break. I need time off. Maybe you're going on spring break, actually getting away for a while to take some time on your own, whatever it may be. I do feel like this is a much needed respite from that, right? A removal from that situation. So you know what that is. You know whether you are actually just done with something, whether you've removed yourself completely from it recently, or whether you're just taking a break that you much needed. But I definitely think this is a wise decision. I see that it's a good, positive decision because your next card is the 9 of Pentacles. And this is a very independent card, right? This is you showing that you are strong, you're independent. It's also a card of abundance, right? So whatever it is that you did or that you left, everything that's come out of that has been positive for you or will be moving towards a positive direction for you, okay? So you are proving that you can do things on your own. You're proving that you are well-to-do independently as far as, can you make it? Yes, you can. Bob the Builder, can I make it? Yes, I can. Is that right? I don't know if that's right. It's been many years. And my kids are too young for that. But definitely something where you are able to finally feel like you no longer have to rely on anyone. You no longer have to feel like you're under anyone's control. So if you were in a toxic relationship, in a financially abusive relationship, in a job that made you feel like you had to be chained to it, but had no real control, right? No real creative license, no ability to kind of raise your status. Maybe you were like capped, or maybe they just were promising that you would get a raise or promotion and then they never made good on that. Whatever it may be, I felt you kind of felt trapped a bit. And this is why you felt like you needed to get away. And it's been a beautiful decision. Now, whether you're even seeing the repercussions of that, and repercussions, I mean, in a good way, the outcome, the positivity of that, the fruits of that, if you will, yet, I don't know, you may not even be seeing that yet, but it is there, okay? So maybe behind the curtain, the Wizard of Oz situation, the universe is working in your favor behind the curtain, but definitely you are internally it's positive for you. It's a positive change. It's going to show that you are strong, able to do it yourself. You're going to feel more independent. You're going to be able to prove that you're independent. You're going to have a kind of more sound financial status and stature from it, at least personally. So I think this is all very, very good things. I think whatever you decide to do, that's a good thing for you. If this is something where you're just taking a break, okay, I think, again, this is something where you are able to kind of find yourself. Just that break is enough to maybe just find yourself. You know, maybe you're not doing anything earth shattering, you know, leaving a job, leaving a relationship, starting a new company. You know, maybe you're not doing anything like that. You're just going on a vacation, right? But it's a much needed. And that sometimes is so important, just to get away from that new perspective, right? New ideas that, you know, this can tell you a lot about yourself, that you really are abundant. You really are strong. You really are independent. You really just hadn't had time to even see it for yourself, enjoy it for yourself. And when you get away from where you're constantly being under a microscope, beat down, used and abused, working day in and day out, whether that be at home or at a job or whatever, you really can actually enjoy that fruits of your labor, right? So I do think that no matter what it is, it's positive. You are making great positive changes. You are growing. You're doing great things. So even if you're not seeing it, it is happening for you. Okay. And down here we have the Hierophant. And I feel like for many of you, I feel like this is something where you are really leveling up. Okay. And that's just my very first thought here, is that you really are taking in a whole new vibrational energy. Okay. So maybe a lot of you, this may hit home with a lot of you, but for some reason, I'm feeling a lot of you are starting to do more self-care, right? Self-healing, self-care. And this is part of this abundance, and, you know, being more independent too, is taking care of yourself, right? Because I think a lot of you, maybe I'm getting the feeling that a lot of you are doing more of this self-care, and it may be something as simple as, you know, you're listening to meditation at night. Maybe you are taking an interest in, you know, getting better sleep cycles, trying to take vitamins more. It could be any of these things that to try to nourish your you know, your soul, yourself, whether it's, you know, maybe you're doing yoga, maybe you're doing breathing exercises, maybe you're doing things like that, maybe you're getting more checkups. But I do feel like, for whatever reason, I really feel like you all are really and truly trying to find that balance between being, you know, kind of like beat down, battle tired and tested, but also feeling like you are not just financially well or physically well, but also spiritually well, that you're happy, that you're whole, right? So by getting away from whatever it was, whether it was for vacation, whether it was for your mental capacity, you had to quit a job, leave a relationship, whatever, I think a big part of it was because you knew that it was really taking its toll on you, your emotional, your soul, everything. I mean, it was weighing you down, and you knew that. I think it was really taking its toll on you. So I think you really are starting to kind of feel a little bit more of a spiritual lightness from this. Okay. So, and I think that's going to continue, right? So I think the more that you do continue with that, I think the better you'll be, honestly, because again, that is all part of really taking care of yourself. So in whatever capacity that is for you. So let's see what your challenge card is, though. There is always a challenge, of course. Life can never just be easy, right? That's my theory. Woo. So let's see what your challenge card is, my lovely Sagittarius. All right, the Page of Swords. So I do feel like this is your energy, and I say it all the time that, you know, 9 times out of 10, 99 times out of 100, whatever you want to say, I feel like we are our biggest, you know, our biggest competition, you know, our biggest flaw, our biggest battle, our biggest challenge, our biggest problem. Okay. We get in our own heads. We step on our own toes. We, you know, we're our own worst enemies. Okay. And I think this is your energy, that you want to move forward. okay? You are attempting to make opportunities to move forward, whether that is in, you know, job, life, home, family, whatever it may be, okay? Whatever it may be that you felt like wasn't the best back here, that was kind of a choppy water where you're moving to something smoother, you're trying to make that smoother happen. Okay, you're trying to find ways to make that smoother. And again, you may have just gone on a vacation, right? But during that vacation, you realized, you know, something needs to give, right? I need to find a way to be more healed inside, more whole, more about me, you know, something that's going to heal my whole spirit, my whole soul, my whole life. I can't keep going like this, right? I can't keep going like this and taking a vacation every once in a while, and that's a Band-Aid, okay? That's a Band-Aid. So even if that's what happened, right? I feel like you realize that this is your optimal outcome, right? Enlightenment, happiness, is that a word? Being happier, right? Finding a way to make yourself have a life you don't have to take a vacation from, right? That's the dream, right? And I feel like you are trying to do that, right? You're slowly trying to create those types of opportunities, figure out a way to make that happen, right? I think that that's the case. However, the Page of Swords is also looking back, okay? So I feel like you're one of these people who you do that, but you constantly look back. And I think it's because you have a little bit of fear in you to move forward, a little bit of fear to make changes. You're not a person who wants to do anything drastic. You kind of want to, you know, baby step into it, or you want somebody else to kind of make the decision for you, those kinds of things. And a lot of it is maybe because, not because you're afraid as much, but because you're like, just in case it all goes flop, I don't want to think that I did all this. I need somebody else to kind of scapegoat on, you know, and that's natural, right? Nobody wants to take big risks if they can do things safer and easier. That's just common human nature, right? We want to do things that make sense, that are easier, segue into things that are safer. But the problem is, if we keep focusing on the past, we can't move forward. And I feel like that's what your big issue is. You are too focused on whatever it was you left, or you know you need to leave, right? You're too focused on, can I fix that? Or could I go back to that? Or what do I need to do? Or maybe you're comparing things to that, right? So maybe you know there's new opportunities there. People are offering you positions, jobs. Maybe people are offering to date you, right? If this was a relationship you left, if this is a job you left, whatever it may be, all of these things, but you're comparing them to what you had, right? But in your mind, all you're seeing was the good things. You're not remembering that that was choppy water. You left it for a reason, right? Because your brain clearly our brains block out a lot of the bad, right? For our own protection. So when we think back a lot of times on relationships or jobs or whatever, we remember the good things, the good times. Oh, I remember that awesome time we went to this vacation, or that fun time at the movies, or that whatever. But we forget about the 99% of the time when we were fighting and screaming and yelling and bickering and being taken advantage of or manipulated or whatever else, right? We don't remember that every single day in, day out, right? So I think this is part of your problem, is you're too focusing on the past to be able to move into the future the way you need to, okay? So a lot of it is you need to just stop focusing on the past and realize it's in the past for a reason. And if you want to move forward, you really need to focus on what's going to be the most uplifting to you personally, your mind, your body, your soul, the whole package. And really try to focus on that, because that's what's going to help you become a better version of yourself and a happier version, where you don't need to escape from your life. You don't need to leave your life. You don't need to take a vacation from your life. None of those things, right? So let's see what we've got here in the Psychic deck on your Six of Swords. Let's see what we've got. Psychic deck for the Six of Swords, please, for our lovely Sagittarius. Alrighty. What do we have here? What kind of energy do we have? All right, let's see what our energy is. So we have heart chakra. Okay, so for a lot of you, I am feeling like this is something that is definitely tearing at your heartstrings. That doesn't necessarily mean it has to be a relationship. Of course, you could be leaving a toxic family member, could be a really good friendship. It could be leaving a job that you just were at for so long. You have a lot of friends there, but you knew it wasn't good for you anymore. They were taking advantage of you, promising you raises and promotions that you weren't getting, and you're having to leave a lot of good friends behind there. You know, it could be anything, but it is an emotional situation. I do feel like you're leaving an emotional thing. It is something that is, you know, not easy to do. It is bittersweet. It is tugging at your heartstrings. When you think back on it, there is going to be a point where you are thinking about the good things and saying, yeah, but I had this, this, and this that was so good about it. Do I really want to lose all that and risk it, you know, because this and this was bad? But you don't remember after the fact all that was really bad. You know, there was a reason those waters were so choppy. Okay. And that's what you need to remember. Okay. Because really and truly, your heart was being broken way before you left the situation. That's why you left the situation. Your heart chakra was being beat down before you ever left that situation. Okay. And with the 4 on the heart chakra, I do feel like, you know, maybe April could be something to do with that possibly there. But again, I do feel like the thing here is that we're looking at the fact that you really do need to heal from this. And I do feel like it's something that you do need to remind yourself that yes, it may hurt, but, you know, hurt now to heal later is better than hurting permanently on and on, right? That slow pain, that's what really gets you, right? So, because what do they say? Like, you can get depressed from being in situations like that. And it's called depression, what, like the silent killer or something. I'm not sure. I don't want to misquote that, but I think I read that somewhere. And it's like, you know, you don't want to be in a situation like that where you just every day sucks, right? So keep that in mind, right? So let's see what we've got here with this is the moon deck. And let's see what we've got on the 9 of Pentacles and the Page of Swords. See what we've got for you here. What kind of advice do we have for them on the Page of Swords, 9 of Pentacles? And I do really feel like that, you know, that Page of Swords really wants to move forward, but I really feel like there's a lot that they're, you know, looking back on, dwelling on, and that's never good, right? So let's see what we've got here for you. Discernment. And I think that's exactly what you need to do. You need to make solid decisions, okay? You're going to have to really start thinking, you know, about really why do you need to get away? You know, what do you need to do, right? You can always justify anything, right? We can justify anything if you want to bad enough, right? You can justify why you should stay with anybody or anything if you want to bad enough, right? People justified things like the Third Reich and who was Charles Manson, right? People justified working for those kinds of people, those heinous kinds of people, right? You can justify things if you really wanted to. People in their minds can, okay? That doesn't make it right. It's definitely not right, okay? So the thing is, you have to be discerning in a way that is good for you, that is good for your heart chakra, okay? So you are in this position for a reason. You're even contemplating this change, this movement away, this escaping to better places, pastures, you know, people, because you aren't in a good, happy, wonderful place. You wouldn't be considering leaving or needing a break if you were thrilled beyond measure with your life situation, right? That wouldn't be the thing. So you really need to think about, when I leave, things are going to start looking up. So why would I keep looking back at when I was feeling down, when I was feeling like I needed to get away, when I was feeling stressed, when I was feeling heartache? You know, yes, it may be very hard to break free and say no more and really make that decision that I am going to start something completely new, change whatever I'm doing, walk away from whatever I'm doing, and make it about me, me, me. You know, maybe I'll have to be alone for a while. Maybe I'll have to, you know, figure out something financially for a while. That may be difficult for me, right? But is that still a better choice in the long run, right? Because is it better to rip off the Band-Aid now or let this situation suck the soul out of me first, right? we don't want that, right? Because we want to fill our spiritual, emotional well-being cup, right? That's what we want. We don't want to drain it dry. That's not where we want to be. We want to make good choices for that, right? So like I read something the other day, it was like a meme or something about a narcissistic situation. And it was saying something about, you know, when I think about leaving, it's terrible or whatever. But then when I think about the fact that of being here 5 years from now in the exact same situation, being treated terribly, that's even worse, right? Well, yeah, staying in it would be even worse than leaving, right? Not to say that that's what situation you're in here. Maybe for some of you, yes. Maybe for some of you, no. But again, if it's a situation that's not bringing you joy, that's no longer serving you, then maybe you need to think of what is going to serve you and bring you joy, right? Because you want to be, you know, your best self, your higher self, your happier self. So let's get a general advice card here and see what we've got for you on that. It says, turn your worry into wonder. Surrender to the experience. What possibilities can you dream into reality? And again, I think that's exactly what it is. You need to stop worrying about what was. Start really allowing yourself to be just swinging that sword forward. And the sword is strength. It's mind power. It's putting into action, you know, an opportunity that is good for you, making those decisions to move forward in a good way, but stop looking backwards. Don't look back. You know, when you look back, when you start dwelling on the past or thinking about that or comparing to that, it's really only going to hurt you. It's only going to take you back. So again, stop worrying about it. Start thinking about what can be. Okay. Start dreaming about what can be. Stop worrying about what was or what you could have done different. You know, don't cry over spilt milk, move forward, right? We want to move forward, positive, better, happier, more enlightened, more fulfilled, more spiritually, you know, elevated versions of ourselves. That's what we want for you, right? And that is all there for your taking, right? It's there for your taking, but you have to keep moving forward. Do not look back, right? So let's pull 3 cards here to see what your kind of general, what may happen over the next 3 months looks like, and we will close you out, okay? So let's see what we've got for you, and hopefully if this does resonate, like I said, please let me know. I love to hear from you, but let's see what we've got for you here. All right, 1, 2, and 3. All right, so we have the King of Wands, the Death card, and the 10 of Pentacles. So I absolutely do see you ending whatever this was. I do feel like you are going to decide that it is best for you to move forward. Okay. I do feel like you are going to put this to bed. Whatever this was, this job that's draining you, this relationship, this situationship, friendship, whatever it may be, I do think you are going to say enough's enough. I'm tired of it draining me. It's draining my soul. It's sucking the life out of me, and I'm tired of it. I want more for me, right? And this is the year of me, right? Really and truly, there's been changes and shifts in the atmosphere and in the cycle, the 15-year cycle, that really and truly have shown that we are looking for more about how to take care of ourselves, right? How to live for us, right? And I think that's what you're doing here. And with this King of Wands energy, I do feel like this is someone else's energy coming into you, okay? So I do feel like there's going to be some fiery hot opportunities for you. You know, this could be somebody who is going to really be a stable opportunity for you for love, if that's what you're looking for. If you're looking for something, for an opportunity for jobs, those kinds of things, that may be possible too. But I do feel like this is a love opportunity for more of you than not, okay? It could be an Aries. I don't know why I feel that way, but it just feels that way. But again, I do feel like this is somebody who is going to be a stable, good match for you, right? A strong, stable, caring, good match. Somebody who is going to take care of you, your needs. You know, they're not going to be damaging. They're not going to be trying to drain you dry. They're not going to be trying to downplay you. You know, they've got that king type of authority, power, ability, you know, sensibility, more importantly. So I don't think that, you know, this is somebody who is is a trash person. This is somebody who's going to come in and be very interested in you romantically, but also be a good match for you as well. So keep your eyes open for that. But it will have to come after I feel like you have put this to bed. So you're going to have to release to receive, right? You got to let yourself be opened up for this love to come in. And I do feel like this 10 of Pentacles is letting me know that with that, maybe this person brings with them money, or maybe because you open yourself up and start really taking care of yourself, healing yourself, working on yourself, you become at a higher vibration where you are able to start expanding and getting more opportunities and better, financial situations, because I see, this is big bucks, right? This is big abundance. And it doesn't necessarily have to be financial abundance. It could be abundance in anything, really and truly, whatever matters to you, family, friends, love, whatever. But in most intents and purposes, this is indicative of, a windfall. So I do think that you are going to have both love and money coming in. I fully see that. But I certainly think it's going to require that you stop looking back, cut this off, move forward as if you are ready with a fresh start, and be open to possibilities and opportunities, okay? And I think they're going to come for you, and in a really big way. I mean, we're talking kings and tens of pentacles here. So hopefully this works out for you. If it did, please do like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell, and I hope to see you back super soon. Bye.